Polar Bear's Promise, written by Rus Buyok, illustrated by Anita Barigani. Once upon a time, a hungry polar bear hunted for his next meal. He had lived in the Arctic since he was a cub and remembered when the ice extended far into the ocean. Back then, he only had to search for a hole or a crack in the ice and patiently wait for a seal to emerge to breathe. One seal would provide several days of food. In recent years, though, the ice had started to recede, which meant the seals were difficult to catch. Sometimes he would dangle his paws in the frigid ocean water and gaze out at the horizon, remembering where the ice used to be. He'd imagine all the delicious seals that were now too far away to reach. One day, the bear discovered a human village. These weren't the first humans he'd encountered, so he knew they could be dangerous. He decided to avoid the village, but then something peculiar caught his eye. A small child was marching with a heavy-looking pack. The bear only noticed her because she wore a bright red coat, which stood out against the white surroundings. He watched her walk further from the village than he'd ever seen a child wander before. The bear thought this was curious and stepped out from behind a snowbank. "Oh, hello, human child," the bear said, pretending to be surprised. "What is your name?" "Hello to you, wandering one," the girl child said politely. "My name is Amka." Wordwise. The people of the Canadian Arctic are known as Inuit. Amka is an Inuit name that means one with a friendly spirit. Polar bear names. Polar bears live throughout the Arctic Circle. This means they can be found in a number of different countries. The people in these places have special names for polar bears. Canada, Inuit. Nanuk, meaning an animal worthy of great respect. Piawahak, meaning the ever-wandering one. Russia. Bailey Mid-Yvd, meaning the white bear, Norway and Denmark. Isbjørn, meaning the ice bear. Eastern Greenland, Tornasuk, meaning the master of helping spirits. Well, Anka, it is a lovely day, and I was wondering if you might know the location of any seals for my supper. The bear licked his lips. He never had much interest in eating humans, but any animal looked appetizing to him at this moment. He considered gobbling up the little girl right there, but he hesitated because the other humans might see. "I'm sorry, but I don't. Now I must be on my way," Anka said. "My mother said I should head straight to my grandmother's house, near the rock coming from the ice. I'm not supposed to stop or speak with anyone." "I understand completely, and your mother is correct, little crimson coat," the bear said. "I shall bother you no more." The bear knew the rock coming from the ice well, and he knew a faster route to get there. His patience had paid off, for now he had 2 meals instead of 1. Soon the bear reached the grandmother's house, where he thumped on the door with a massive paw. "Amka, is that you?" came a voice from inside. The bear knocked again, and an old woman opened the door. She wore a white coat of white fur. "Perfect," the bear growled, and swallowed her whole. She wasn't as scrumptious as a seal, and he felt guilty about eating her because she had seemed nice enough. On the other hand, it felt wonderful to have something in his stomach. Inside the house, a delectable smelling stew bubbled on the stove. He was about to taste it when someone knocked lightly on the door. "Grandmother, it's me," Amka called. The bear leaped into the grandmother's bed and concealed himself beneath the covers. "Come in," he said to the girl, who came inside, set her pack, and opened it. Set down her pack and opened it. You sound strange, grandmother.
I've been feeling under the weather, but you're here now to make everything better,
the bear responded. Amka removed packages wrapped in paper from her pack and placed them on the table. The bear recognized the scent of seal meat, and his mouth began to water. When she finished unpacking, she approached the bed. When did you grow so huge? Amka asked. The bear hadn't expected any questions, but he quickly thought up a response.
I've been freezing, so I covered myself with all my blankets and coats,
the bear explained. Does one of your coats have furry white ears?
Why, yes, said the bear. It's my new favorite.
Why are your eyes so big and black?
The light in here is dim, my dear,
the bear said. Each time he responded, Amka looked more suspicious. Your nose looks a lot bigger than it used to, grandmother.
I've been blowing my nose so much it has started to swell, the bear replied, knowing she wouldn't believe it. He was bored of talking anyway, so he flung off the covers, grabbed the girl, and swallowed her whole.
For the first time in a long time, the bear felt no hunger pains. He had missed the sensation of fullness, so he decided to savor it for a while. The fire still burned, and the grandmother's bed was incredibly comfortable. He was just dozing off when the first pain jabbed into his stomach. The stabbing pain climbed into his chest and continued climbing until he felt a scratch in his throat. Moments later, Amka hauled herself out of the bear's mouth, pulling her grandmother behind her until they both collapsed onto the floor. The grandmother was laughing.
It's been years since I've had such an adventure, she cried.
Why did you eat us? Amka asked, her face more concerned than angry. The familiar feeling of hunger returned to the bear's stomach, but now he felt worse than before. These were kind-hearted people who didn't deserve to be devoured.
I apologize, the bear said. I don't want to eat humans, but I'm near starving. The ice recedes farther each year, and I cannot catch seals because they are too far out for me to swim to.
Amka and her grandmother spoke quietly to each other, then turned their attention back to the bear. Our people have great respect for your kind, the grandmother said. We would like to help. There are many hunters with boats in our village, Amka said.
I do not want someone to hunt for me,
the bear replied. He was a proud animal. They know how to drive the seals closer to the remaining ice, Amka explained. If you promise never to eat another person again, I will ask them to help you in your hunt and not hunt you. The bear considered the proposal and soon agreed. The three of them relaxed on the rug, eating seal stew. Then the bear walked Amka home, where she fulfilled her promise. From that day forward, the hunters assisted the bear in his hunting. In return, the bear upheld his promise and never ate another human. The end.